Peace, peace. Shalom, shalom. Y'all climb on in. There's gonna be a continuum from yesterday. You know, Yahweh had opened up his storehouses in Hashemayim, boy, and let the floodgates go. So it was so much rain and thundering going on. It started really messing with my connection. So I told y'all I was gonna be back on here today, and we was gonna continue what we was talking about. And y'all know what we was talking about. We was talking about how disease is an illusion. We was talking about how they so-called call all these diseases autoimmune disorders. You know, so y'all climb on in. We're going to start from one. Again, it's not raining out here. The connection ain't cool. Well, to me, it do. If the connection good and y'all can hear me well, type in some nines for me, and we're gonna keep this going. Y'all climb on in. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hoshea, shalom, shalom, brother. How you doing? Navaya, shalom, shalom, sister. Hey, sister, thank you for all your support. You support me a lot. I've been noticing that. Thank you, sister. If you can email me or inbox me, I want to send you something for free. Just you be going hard for me, sister. So I really want to do something for you. Lynetta, shalom, shalom. Lamar Jackson, shalom, shalom. Lisa Henry, shalom. Peace, peace, queen. Y'all climb on in. Rufus, shalom, shalom, beloved elder. How you doing? Shout out to Straightway. Lee Green, y'all climb in so y'all can hear me good. All praises, all praises. Okay, all praises. So basically what we was talking about yesterday, we was talking about how disease is an illusion and how they put out these trickery or what we call word sorcery on us, and then we believe that idea or that ideology that they gave us, and then we buy into taking a pharmaceuticals, and that's how we die. We're not dying from dis-ease, y'all. We're not dying from that. We're actually dying from the treatment of dis-ease. Now, dis-ease, there's no such thing as a dis-ease for real. The body is just not in ease because it's out of harmony with each other. Now, what I mean by that is, as I was explaining yesterday, okay, you get a cold, that is your mucosa natural healing mechanism to truly get mucus out of the body. But instead, you would take something to suppress that cold. You get a cough. The cough is used to break up inflammation and phlegm and mucus that's been stuck inside of the respiratory system. So you you cough to break up that agglomeration. But you would think that this is leading to an illness or a disease, so you would go and get a cough suppressant. People with asthma, you get an inhaler. Well, the reason why your bronchial tubes and your lungs are inflamed is because the mucous membrane is trying to help get all of these things out. And we can keep going on from headaches, even down to HIV, to cancer. Cancer is when the cells start literally breaking down and dividing themselves because they're trying to get to the lymphatic system to get out through the kidneys. But they call it cancer, and then they want to give you radiation or chemotherapy treatment. So what I mean when I say that disease is an illusion, it is. What truly, if you look and you start studying the body and you get into clinical trials like we've been to, you get into the laboratories and you really start healing people on a wide scale, like how we healing people now, you start seeing that there's no such thing as disease. People bodies are trying to naturally heal themselves, and then the doctors call what your body is naturally trying to do the disease. Period. And if you start thinking, just name a disease. Just name a disease. Like I said, cancer. That's mutating cells. That's cell mitosis or uncontrollable cell mitosis. Well, why are the cells breaking down? They're breaking down they can get to the lymphatic system, for the lymphatic system can get it out through the urethra, through urea, through urination. That way the body can rebuild itself. You see that? I mean, like every disease, you cannot name one disease and look and actually study that disease and tell me that that's not the body trying to correct itself. See, what the allopathic theory is in allopathic medicine, they were taught that is disease. They were taught that is a complication. They were taught that they need to treat that. So then they give you pharmaceuticals and chemicals, and that's what kill you. But what we see as disease, and when we start looking and we start researching these things, it's not a disease. It's the body trying to heal itself. Inflammation, again, is when the body swells up to isolate the problem, to increase what? Heat, to increase circulation. The reason why you need circulation is because all your phytonutrients, all your trace minerals, and all your oxygen is inside that circulation through the blood system and the bloodstream, and it's applied to each cell of the body. You see that? So that's the whole point of inflammation. But what they will call it an itis. They don't know that the body is trying to correct itself. So they're going to give you anti-inflammatories, which is going to suppress it and it's going to stop your body from trying to heal itself. This is a good thing about herbs. Herbs help push the system on. That's why as soon as you get on any of my herbs, you automatically have cold and flu-like symptoms. We try our hardest to put you in the flu-like symptom. We try our hardest to get mucus coming out of your eyes, your ears, your nose, your anus, your penis, your vagina, because that mucus have to leave. It cannot stay agglomerated in the interstitial fluid of the cells because, again, it will start breaking down the cells more. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So disease is an illusion. Quit buying into the fact that they saying you got cancer, you got HIV, you got sickle cell anemia. Okay, you missing you missing iron phosphate from each of your cells, so you need to attach iron for you can get that oxygen molecule back on it. You see that? It's time to start questioning why. Why is this going on with my body? That's the whole thing now. Why? So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna answer some of these questions, and a lot of these questions are actually dealing with immune disorders. There is no such thing as a immune deficiency or immune disorder. Well, you know what they call immune disorder? When the immune system is fighting at its peak, And they say, well, my immune system is attacking my nervous system, multiple sclerosis. Well, my immune system is attacking the tissues of my cells, lupus. Well, my immune system is attacking the mucosal wall around my cell, cancer. Well, my immune system is attacking the iron phosphate molecule that's attached to my cell, sickle cell anemia. Well, my immune system is attacking my liver, my pancreas, diabetes. You see what I'm saying? So what is really going on? Is the immune system on attack mode is because it's trying to heal the body naturally? That is what's going on. That's what's going on. So let's talk about it. All right. So I'm going to start from one again from yesterday. That way we can just all get through it. So the first one was unable to take the 3 bitters. What is an alternate? I am unable to take the 3 bitters. Is there an alternate in powder form which can be added, or something that can be added in capsules, or can I add it to a liquid smoothie? Please advise. Thanks. So again, as I said yesterday, it's called the 3 bitters for a reason, and you don't want to water down the astringent properties that I have inside of the 3 bitters, especially not that biobifidum bacteria. You don't want to water that down and add nothing to it. You need to drink that as is. Now, if you look back in our ancient Hebraic culture, the bitters, the better. The bitter the herbs was, the better it was. And you start getting into that Torah and you start really reading all them herbs that it's talking about. Most of the herbs in the Torah are bitters. And the reason why is because they have a lot of flavonoids and they have a lot of tannins. They have a lot of astringent properties in them. It's kind of like bitter wine. It's because the tannins in them. And what it does is it dries out or it pulls. That's why if you drink a lot of wine, what start happening? You start getting dehydrated. Your tongue get dehydrated because it's pulling all of the acids and it's literally pulling all of that agglomeration up out of the body. So that's the reason why you can't water down the bitters or add nothing to them. Now, what you can do is you can lower your dosage because a lot of people are throwing up off of them, which is a good thing to vomit off of them, as long as it's coming out. That's all that matters. A lot of people have explosive diarrhea and a lot of people getting skin rashes. That just mean that the mucosal membrane is cleansing and things are coming from the skin. So I would never add the 3 bitters to nothing to water it down or nothing like that. If it's too powerful for you, what you can do is cut back on your dosage. Now, I don't recommend you cutting back on your dosage if you have a so-called virus. The reason why I'm saying so-called because there's no such thing as these things. These are man-made things in a laboratory. There's no such thing as dis-ease. The body is not at ease because it's out of harmony with each other for what you've been eating. And most of the time you have a dis-ease, it's the body trying to correct itself. They just named the correction or the healing mechanism that your body is going through, since you are a God, since what your body is going through trying to heal itself. They call these symptoms. They call these symptoms diseases, y'all. We really have to get away from the word disease. We really have to get away from the word illness and the word viruses. It's all wordplay. It's all word sorcery. It's all bullcrap. All right. All right. The second question was blurred vision. Blurry vision and eyes are burning. It says, I am the one who asked the question about moles and blurry vision. Well, we're going to answer the question about moles first. We notice when we put a lot of people on our detoxification kits, whether you're on a protocol, a kit, or on this full package, we see mold starts to fall off. So if molds are starting to fall off, this lets you know that even though they call them beauty marks, these are not really beauty marks. These are actually carbon dioxide and melanin that's been built up through agglomeration that is starting to make skin tags and it's starting to show on your skin. A lot of people that go through a detoxification kit with us, they molds falls off, or they molds turn the color of their skin. It used to be black, then it turns the color of their skin, then it fall off. So whenever you have a lot of molds, that means you have a lot of carbon dioxide built up in your body, okay? A lot of carbon dioxide. If you ever see a diesel truck, imagine you put, look, just imagine you see the pipes on the diesel truck, and when they drive, how it blows out that dark carbon dioxide, that dark carbon and dark smoke. That's all what's built up in your skin. Now imagine taking that tailpipe and putting something over it and blocking it, and then they still driving. All of that stuff is going to back up inside the truck and then suffocate the driver, and then that's what a mold is. That's all it is. It's a glomulation of carbon that needs to be removed from the body. So what your skin is, since your body is a healing mechanism, it just push it through the skin. So now you got all these skin tags and these molds. So if you see skin tags and molds, it just means you literally have a lot of carbon buildup. And again, detoxification will get rid of all of that. All right. Okay, and blurry vision. Whenever you get into blurry vision, anything that's blurry or anything that's not working correctly, know that mucus is involved. There's nothing really wrong with your irises or nothing really wrong with your eyes. When you get into glaucoma, when you get into cataracts, and you get into all these different eye viruses, so-called viruses or eyes disease, notice what you're dealing with. You're either dealing with crystallized mucus or you're dealing with a mucosa membrane surface. So that means there's mucus built up in the eyes. The reason why mucus is built up in the eyes because you are backed up interstitially. Now, I was speaking on this yesterday. Interstitial fluid is this fluid-like substance that rides around between each of your cells for your cells can able to be mobile and move around and express themselves, okay? So you have something called interstitial fluid. The body is made up of 150 trillion cells. Around each of these cells is fluids around these cells. When these fluids become backed up because of the lymphatic system is being backed up, then all of this causes what? Inflammation. So when this causes inflammation, what mucus do? Mucus is a defense, y'all. The mucosa membrane was created by Yahweh to keep things from outside of your body, to keep things from penetrating your cells. So once they see something foreign in there, or once they see acidosis or agglomulation stacking up, mucus come by and try to push it and move it out the way. Mucus and lymph is the same thing. There is no difference between the mucosa membrane and the lymphatic system. They're all the exact same thing. All right. Now, what the problem is and how we become sick is when we can't get this mucus out, or this mucus pick up all of these different antibody proteins and these foreign proteins that is not supposed to be in our body anyway. And then it sits and it rots and putrefies the cells. Now, inflammation stick in. Now, remember, I went back to inflammation. The reason why swelling and inflammation or being inflamed means to heat up. The reason why the body is heating itself up down and fevers are coming in and all of that is because it needs to increase what? Circulation, because things have stopped moving. All sickness and disease, so-called sickness and disease, can go back to what? Internally being constipated. Your cells are constipated. They have to move. So if you having blurred vision and you can't see out of your irises, that means that you have too much mucus built up in your eyes. That's it. And I can't stress it enough. Albright, y'all. Albright. Still trying to get it all the way up on the site, y'all. We've been uploading kits and products all day. Go and check it out. That should be up by tomorrow. But it's a tincture that you actually put in your eyes with an eye wash cup, and it'll pull all of that mucus out of your eyes. And notice the more and more you cleanse your eyes and the more you do eye exercises, meaning looking at your hand from about 6 inches away from your eyes for 2 minutes and then backing it up to 12 inches, back it up to 2 feet, and keep doing that for like an hour a day. Exercise these muscles, because these are muscles that's attached to the nervous system, and also cleanse out your nervous system, because if the mucus have got all the way to your eyes, that means that agglomulation then ate up the nervous system too. So you have to remove mucus. If you can remove mucosa, you remove the so-called disease, period. That's it. All right. It says, and I asked a question about the moles and the blurry vision. you recommended the Innercellular Cleanse and Albright. And the reason why I recommended my Innercellular Cleanse is because my Innercellular Cleanse is directly was basically created to cleanse and open up the kidneys. Without kidney function, you can't heal no type of disease, and I can't stress that enough. You need to open up the kidneys for you can filter the lymphatic system. The kidneys and the skin is the only organs, and that's why they call the skin the third kidney. It's the only organs that get rid of metabolic waste. What is metabolic waste? Metabolic waste is waste that's created by your cells on a cellular level. Just how you go to the bathroom and your digestive system, which what we call the colon and the intestines, have to relieve themselves, your cells inside of your body, 150 trillion of them, have to go to the bathroom too. Well, the only thing that cleans these cells is what? The mucosa membrane in the lymphatic system. Again, which is the same thing. So what the Innercellular Cleanse or my Innercellular Tincture does is it goes in and it cleans out all the proteins and it cleans out all the agglomeration that's inside of the kidneys. It cleans them out, and then it stimulates the kidneys by kicking on the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are these pyramid-like structures that sits on top of these bean-like structures that they call the kidneys. Now, if you ever look at a fish tank, whenever you get into a fish tank, notice that the fish tank is glass, and then you have a pump, right? Okay, you have a pump inside the fish tank, and it's a filter. Well, this pump that filters all of this algae and stuff out the fish tank is the filter that get all of this algae and stuff out of the fish tank, what we're going to call metabolic waste. The filter will be the kidneys. Well, what is the pump that is turning that filtering on? The adrenal glands. So whenever you're going after the kidneys to open up the kidneys, you have to get your adrenal glands online, because the adrenal glands is in control of the autonomic nervous system of the body. Meaning it controls your breathing, it controls your digestive system, it controls, things that you don't have to think about that your body do on a normal. Your heart rate, you don't have to tell your heartbeat to beat, it beats on its own. Why is that? That's because these two pyramid-like structures that sits on top of the kidneys. And this runs and controls everything because it produces hormones and steroids, or what you will call neurotransmitters. And if I'm speaking of so-called Black African-American Negroes, we're going to call it melanin neurotransmitters. And these things are so important. So you have to get them adrenals cut on, and that's what's going to actually get them kidneys online and start filtering all this metabolic waste. And then you can start draining that interstitial fluid, and you will no longer be interstitially backed up or interstitially constipated, because that's what we call sickness. There is no other sickness, period. It's constipation in the cell's ability to utilize and exchange oxygen. And the reason why they can't exchange oxygen is because they are literally being suffocated by its own metabolic toxic waste that it produces from what you're putting in your mouth. Period. So that's why I recommend the Innercellular Cleanse. And then the Albright Tincture is because, again, it's going to pull all of that mucus up out of your eyes. All right, it says my eyes also water and burn sometimes. And that goes back to your eyes trying to heal itself. It's burning because it's inflamed, it's heating up to increase circulation. It's watering to actually get that circulation and push that mucus out of your eyes. That's what I'm saying. We are naturally created. Psalms 82:6 said we are God, y'all, but we gonna die like men. So when you really get into why he said we are God, you will see, man, you are amazing creature, and the things you have inside of your body is mind-blowing. You're literally a walking miniature universe, y'all. Literally. It says, if Albrights take care of that, as well as blurred vision, I would like to order. How much is the cost? It's $65. It's going to be on the site hopefully by tomorrow. Also, will the Innercellular Cleanse speed up my hair growth? Thank you. Yes, the Innercellular Cleanse will speed up your hair growth, because we're opening up the kidneys, and the kidneys in the skin is the only way to get rid of acids through the lymph nodes and through the lymphatic system. But you also going to have to make sure you cleanse your brain. Whenever you're losing hair, that means there is too many acids built up inside of your skull, built up inside your cranium. You actually have a mucous membrane lining right up under your hair. You have to get all of that mucus and acid up out of there, and then you'll start seeing hair grow before. Now, like I said, if you call yourself an herbalist and you don't know how to grow back hair, you need to shut your business down. You need to stop teaching. That's one of the first things you learn when you become an herbalist, how to get acids from up out of the head. All right. The next person, it says, lupus. After doing my research, being in the medical field, it didn't add up after being near death. I prayed and fasted to the Most High to reveal the truth to me and I stopped taking all those medicines. All praises. I'm gonna give you a hallelujah, all praises, because these pharmaceuticals is really what's killing us. And then these pharmaceuticals are neurotoxins. These neurotoxins are going to literally suppress that nervous system, that's going to suppress that adrenal gland. So you taking all of these pharmaceuticals, they're suppressing the adrenal gland. So then when you come to me and we got to heal you up, we got to spend so much time getting your adrenals back online to turn them kidneys on and to keep you from being neurologically fatigued. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad you realize, and the Most High told you to get up off of that medicine, because the medicine, the pharmaceuticals, the chemicals is what's killing us. It's not the disease. The disease is that your body is trying to heal itself. They label that a disease and then they suppress the symptoms. You see what I'm saying? These symptoms that you're going through is your body trying to throw itself into a detoxification stage, where you can drain all that mucus, drain all those obstructions, drain all that acidosis that's built up in your molecular structure. Okay? It says, man, I'm glad, man. I'm proud of you, sister, for real. This is a sister too. It says she stopped taking the medicine, but I have damage that was caused by the meds, swelling severely, and I know it's dealing with my nerve and lymphatic system. So that means you've been following me too, sister. All praises for that. So she's saying the meds have damaged her. Now she have swelling and she have nerve damage. And the reason why, and this is why I just said that, because when you start taking these medicines, these neurosuppressors, they literally, it's like a anesthesia. That what they use to straight put people to sleep. Notice a lot of people are not waking up from that now because they're so their adrenals are so neurally fatigued. So people are going under the medicine and under the knife and not waking up because their adrenal glands is already offline. What keep you online and what keeps your spiritual body or your consciousness connected to this body is by way of your glandular highway, which is your 7 glands and your nervous system. That's what connects your etheric, or what we call the spiritual body, to this fleshly vehicle. So what we are doing is we are dumbing down the computer simulation. We are dumbing down the electricity conductivity, that spinal cord that's connected to the central nervous system. See, once that goes down and that's offline, everything else starts being so tired. You can't stay woke. You always sleepy. You yawning. Your muscles and your muscles and your veins are hurting. You can't lift nothing. You feeling real weak. That's because you're not conveying enough electricity inside of the body. Why? Because the adrenals are down. Notice the first thing that gets damaged, or the first thing that gets weakened when you take these pharmaceuticals, is the adrenal glands in the liver, because the liver is the chemical factory of the body. The liver is what's going to deal with all these chemicals in the first place. You see what I'm saying? So the first thing you have to do, sister, since you have a sister with lupus and you got off that medicine, you need to get on my liver and gallbladder tincture immediately. Start cleansing out all of that medicine, because that medicine will stay up in your liver for 16 years. And then it'll start breaking down the mucosa lining around the liver. Once that mucosa lining breaks down, now all types of predators can get in and have fun with your liver. You see what I'm saying? And we have to realize that the liver is one of the most important organs in our body. And the reason why I said that is because the liver is what actually produces amino acids and simple amino acid structures. These structures are the building blocks of your body. Amino acids mixed with salts, or what we call trace minerals that's been converted together, what we call salts, is what makes a cell. Okay? Cells make organs. These organs make your body, and your body make you, who you are. So we need amino acids, because without amino acids, there will be no you. Now, what we don't need is complex amino acids. Complex amino acids is what we call proteins, animal protein, protein from dairy products, these type of proteins. These things literally break down and it's very, very, very acid causing, man. Very acid causing. And it's impossible for your body to break down animal protein. It's impossible. Now, you do have some type of protein, or what we call simple amino acids, that comes from lectins, and these are basically the mucosa membrane of vegetables. Then you have hydrochloric acid inside of your stomach to break that down. So that's the reason why you have hydrochloric acid. It's to break down so-called proteins. I hate the word protein. We're going to call it simple amino acids. It breaks down the simple amino acids from vegetables. Your body was not created to break down any type of amino acid from an animal. Period. Point blank, period. If you can prove to me this with science, backed by data, we will give you $5,000. That's a challenge to anybody to show me that you were chemically created to eat animal products, that you were chemically created to eat animal protein, that you were chemically created to eat the nervous system of animals, which is what? Producing nothing anyway. Look, notice what you're eating from these animals. You're eating their adrenal glands, what we call adrenochrome. You see a lot of these Jewish folks that's pretending to be us back in our land are eating that inside of human beings. So they taking these animals to the slaughterhouse and they getting these animals to produce the highest amount of neurotransmitters from the adrenal glands, and that adrenaline get up. Now that adrenaline and them chromosomes mix is called adrenochrome. This is that stimulation you getting. This is that protein you getting that get your muscles real big. But remember, it's a stimulant. It's not the real thing. The real thing comes from your fruits, your vegetables, your melons, your nuts, and your shoots. That's why you look in the vast plains and you see the gorillas. The silverback gorilla is the most muscular, biggest thing ever. And what he eat? He don't eat nothing but what? Fruits, berries, melons, nuts, and shoots, and herbs when he's not feeling good. So we have to get out of that whole ideology of protein. Protein is what's killing the so-called black man and black woman. And these are facts. These are facts. And how I know? We can't heal HIV until you get off what? The protein. Then next thing you know, 9 months later, we getting negatives all across the board. We can't heal lupus unless you get rid of the protein. Then guess what? People are free of lupus. What else? What else, woman? Just go down the list. Multiple sclerosis. We can't heal multiple sclerosis. We got so many healing cases of that until you get off the protein. Herpes. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned herpes. Herpes, that's a glycoprotein. You can't be on no type of protein when you're dealing with herpes. I have to put you on literally an all fruit diet. You can't even have, look, you can't even have complex. I mean, you can't even have simple amino acid structures from vegetables. People that's on you got herpes, you can't even eat the vegetables because that's how sensitive that glycoprotein is inside that mucosa membrane. And again, it's very, very hard for the body to break down these protein structures. You see that? All right, let's keep it going. Would you give me a towel or something? Sweat. All right. Man, I'm so proud of this sister. So this sister said that she said the Most High revealed her the truth and she stopped taking all the medicines. But she said the damage has already been done. Now she got severe swelling and she's dealing with nerves in the lymphatic system. And I was telling her that her nerves is down right now because them pharmaceuticals have suppressed your neurological transmitters that is being produced by your adrenal glands. Them adrenal glands are now just, man, they so weak, sister. They so weak and that's why you feeling that way. I bet you tired all the time, very foggy all the time. So let's get you back together. What I want to do, I'm gonna write a note right here. You need to get in contact with me, sister, so we can get you healed from this. Write a note. We're gonna find you and contact you. All right. Now, what else she say? She says, I fast a lot and I am seeking life and healing. Oh, praise, hallelujah. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Bless the name of Yahweh. She say, I fast a lot. All praises. And I am seeking healing. And the Most High brought me to herbs and scriptures. And I continue to pray. Someone tagged me in your video. All praise to the Most High. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I wanted to know what I need to do to reset, cleanse my body from vaccinations, all praises, and years of taking poisons and the gruesome of these medicines. Again, it is for severe swelling, arthritis, reset, to lose weight. I'm B12. My B12 is dormant. No energy. Please help me. It's not really your B12, Queen. I'm telling you what it is now, and I'm glad you put the no energy. What's going on with you is your adrenal glands and your lymphatic system is backed up so much. The reason why your lymphatic system is backed up the way it is, Queen, is because your kidneys are not working. Your kidneys need to get back online. The only thing that's going to get them kidneys turned back on is the pump to the filtering system. Remember, the kidneys in the skin is the filtering system. The pump to it is these two pyramid-like structures that sit on top of the kidneys, which is what we call the adrenal glands. These adrenal glands are so important because all lupus is when the immune system start attacking the tissues. Lupus is when the immune system literally start attacking the tissues and the bones and the cartilages of the body. The reason why it is attacking all these things, thank you. The reason why it's attacking these things is because the mucous membrane in the lymphatic system, or what we call the immunological system, is trying to go through and fight off and get all of these acids back to the lymph nodes. You see what I'm saying? So we're just eating and it's tearing away at these lymph eating and tearing away at these other cells. So when the doctors look at it, they look at it, okay, the cells are attacking tissues. But when an herbalist and somebody that know what they're doing looking at it, they like, okay, I see what's going on. The immunological system is trying to eat all the acids up and then bring them and take them back to the lymph nodes, because it's bacteria inside of these lymph nodes is going to further break down these acids, and then it's going to go through the lymph sites and these lymphatic veins, and it's going to be filtered through the kidneys, or the thyroid gland is going to kick up your basal temperature, and you're going to start sweating these things out through the skin. So what you really need to be paying attention to, sister, is your adrenal glands, your kidneys, and your lymphatic system. What I would do if I was you, if you can't afford my amino acid therapeutic package, we got kits now. We got kits. What you need to do for real, you most definitely need to get on the Foundation 4 capsules. That'll get you your innercellular cleanse. That'll get you your parasite elimination. That's going to clean out that gut. That's going to get you your lymphatic capsule. That's going to start breaking up the lymphatic capsule. The lymphatic fluid that's been backed up. And most of all, the intracellular capsules that's going to open them kidneys up. And you need to be walking, working out, sweating, sweat. Go to a sauna. Make sure you're on an all fruit diet. You shouldn't even be on vegetables, because we need the highest energetic form of food known to man on this planet. And that's going to be in your fruits, that fructose. That fructose, not glucose, but that fructose. It don't have to go through no type of beta cell conversion. It'll immediately go straight to that nervous system and keep you online. Remember, we are in a simulation here. We are all online. That's why everything is electric around us. You have to get back online. You got to get your body back online by turning on that nervous system. And what actually runs that parasympathetic and that sympathetic nervous system is the autonomic nervous system, and that's the adrenal glands. All right. So you really need to be focusing on the adrenal glands. You need to be doing neuromelanin points massages, where you go up and down that spinal cord, every 3 of them, and you go clockwise, and you just get that circular motion in, and you getting them the lymphatic points stimulated, for you can start draining properly. But the worst thing you do not ever want to do is start draining their lymphatics. And we see a lot of herbalists killing people or hurting people like this. They start draining their lymphatic system, but they don't know how to get them kidneys up and running. So now you got all of these toxins and all of these fluids rushing to the kidneys, and the kidneys are not filtering. That's how people go into kidney failure and dialysis, and they'll be dead in a week if you start doing it, because then all of that stuff start dumping into the blood. And once you start getting all them toxins to the blood, once that blood go over 7.5, you dead within minutes. So we got to be careful with that. Focus on the kidneys, healers. Kidneys. Get them kidneys open, then get the lymphatic system moving. You will see disease start leaving the body. All right, all praises. So focus on your adrenals. All fruit diet. You should do a lot of mono fruit fasting too. Get you on a great fast, an all seeded great fast. Do some watermelon fast. Watermelon season is literally a week away. Man, there's so many fruits that's been in season now, especially being where I'm at. Get on them fruits. The fruits are very, very energetic. These are your higher energetic forms of foods, period, because they grow closer to the sun. Notice what you have to do with fruits. You have to pick them from the trees because they high in the air, and they're getting all that sulfur. They're getting all that sulfate. They're getting all that magnesium. They're getting all them vibrations and them light code frequencies, all this information, all the intelligence from the sun. And these intelligence are combined into simple amino acid structures that's going to rewrite that DNA code inside of your body. So as soon as you eat these fruits, any type of incorrection, the fruits is going to correct them. Period. Y'all can look this stuff up. I know it sounds far-fetched, but man, it is very, very, very true, y'all. Very true. I wouldn't tell y'all nothing that I didn't know. I don't sit up here and I don't speak what ifs, and I don't speak I think. I speak I know. And that's why we have so many healing cases. All right, herbs for STDs and viruses. Hey, I just watched your health video on your website. So far, the herbs that cleanse your body. Hold on. Hey, I just watched your health video on your website. So far, the herbs that cleanse your body out, such as STDs, viruses, bacteria, and more. What would that be? A detox package? Yes, it was. Whenever you're trying to get rid of a so-called virus, remember, virus is nothing but man-made disease. foreign proteins. Remember, every virus is a protein. Whenever you look up a virus, it's a glycoprotein that's connected to it, because what these viruses does is they attach to the protein that's inside the mucous membrane, and then these proteins, they form cellular markers on them. So it'll start off like this, like a regular cell. The next thing you know, you got all these markers, and these markers attach to other things, and they become so complex that they write themselves a new RNA code. When they write themselves an RNA code, they pass through the mucous membrane. Once they get inside the mucous membrane, then they bind to your DNA. That's what you call a virus. And that's what you call a virus. A virus is nothing but an amino acid peptide chain that connects to your DNA and changes the thinking of your cells. If it can change the thinking of your cells, it's a virus. Yahweh didn't create anything on earth like that can change the genetic thinking of your cells. Guess what do that? GMO foods that's created in the laboratory. Guess what do that? GMO made up cows, made up chickens that was created in a laboratory through gene splices. Guess what do that? Broccoli. Guess what do that? Hybrid herbs, comfrey. Yes, comfrey. Man, there's so many. We can name herbs all day that is just fake, non-alkaline, made by man in the laboratory. Beans, which was made in Holland. Yes, in the early 1800s. Beans are fake, very, very complex proteins. Chemtrails. You see that? Yeah, echinacea. That's one of the most fakest herbs ever. Echinacea. Rose hips. What's so many of these fake herbs out here? You see that? So we have to truly stay away from man-made things and try our hardest to keep our bodies pure and clean. Now, what I suggest you do if you got any STD is to get on my amino acid therapeutic package. The amino acid therapeutic package, literally the reason why I call it the amino acid therapeutic package, because these herbs that we put together, we spent years just creating these formulas and getting them tested in laboratories and stuff like that. When they enter your body, it literally binds with your DNA and rewrites your DNA. The same way that these fruits do, we just do it much faster and much potent, because we know how to penetrate that cell quickly to get inside of that cell and get inside that nucleus of that cell and literally stretch that DNA out and rewrite and put what needs to be there. You see that? And then just for cat's claw is very, very good for STDs. White oak bark is very, very good for STDs. Wormwood, sweet wormwood is very good for STDs. Greater yellow dock is very, very good for STDs. Par di arco, that par di arco is something crazy. That's very good for STDs. I mean, there's so many of them. Black walnut hull, very good for STDs. These are what you call probiotics. These are probiotics that's going to get in and that's going to really astringe and cleanse out all of these foreigners inside of your mucosal membrane. All right. Another question. I am dealing with both HSV 1 and 2. I need directions in what exactly to order to help me. I did offer stuff. I did order stuff for tinctures like wild oregano oil and cold pressed olive oil. See now, and that's another thing. That's why we really recommend that y'all do consultations before y'all order stuff like that, or y'all get on the chat. The reason why we have a whole chat now that's open to chat to y'all on the app, you don't have to call. Our phone lines are down anyway, because we had a secular phone service. The secular phone service is down because they can't handle the phone calls coming in because the so-called COVID man-made virus, they off. So, I mean, it's only a few of us working here getting all your herbs out. So we can't handle all of that. So what we did was we put a whole note on the website, and we said, if you need to talk to us, go to the website. In the bottom left corner of the website is a free chat line, y'all. I don't respond back to inboxes. It's too many of them, way too many of them. I don't respond back to the emails no more. I read them to y'all. So if you want to get in contact with me or any members of the staff, go to the website. After you log in, use your correct full slave name and sign your signature out. All them dots and stuff, you will not be approved and you will not be accepted, because y'all know the government been after me. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do everything for they can't shut us down. So we need your full government name and we need your signature before you allow to enter the site. Once you do that, it's a whole chat line in the bottom left corner. Hit us back. It's never over 24 hours. After we get back to you, it's always before 24 hours, whether it be 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 in the PM, we always reach back. So that's how you get in contact with us, family. All right. Now, what you need So you did right with the oregano oil. The oregano oil is very, very good. It's very good against viruses. And you put the drops under your tongue and you put it on your spinal cord. But what you need is you need the amino acid structure, because what is a virus? Remember, a virus is a complex amino acid structure. It's a protein. This protein have now binded with your DNA, and you have to cleanse them parasites. Now, it's so many people. Tell them about the when we healed. So we healed a few people. The recent one was a lady, real cool lady. She ended up cleansing. We ended up cleansing all her HSV out. She went back and get tested, negative. Glycoprotein gone. No more HSV. Then boom, a week later, she said, I got an outbreak. I said, what you do? She said, I started back eating meat again. I said, why would you do that when you're not done cleansing all the way yet? Now, what y'all have missed is, even though you're testing negative, we still have to get the eggs out. Now, just because we killed all the adult hemorrhagic worms, remember, every single day, they're hatching about 400,000 eggs. So we have to go through and cleanse all them out. Well, that take a process just cleansing out these worms. So say if the eggs are dormant, of course, if you get tested, it's going to say negative, but then these eggs hatch and then they grow up. Now you got outbreaks again because the immunological system is trying to kill them out of the body. You see what I'm saying? So yes, you can take just a little bit of oregano oil if you're pregnant. Don't take too much of it. I don't really recommend people taking a lot of stuff when you're pregnant. Reproducing herbs are very good. You know what I'm saying? But anything other than that, if it's gonna have a astringent property to it, I truly stay away from it. But yeah, so we have to kill all these parasitics in order to truly get rid of the virus. And there's a few people, you know what I'm saying? She came back to me, she got her herb, she's on it again, you know, and you got to keep it going. Just because you're in the clear and you just get tested negative, that don't mean you will automatically go back to eating crazy, because you have to get the rest of them eggs out of the body. You got to. And guess what these eggs eat? They eat off what? Glycoprotein. That's what they love. They love to eat on glycoprotein. All right. What else we got? It says, trying to be a healer and heal someone with sickle cell anemia, in which they, hold on. It says, in which they gave her cancer prescriptions. Any info would be greatly appreciated. I am in the process of searching herbs that help with sickle cell anemia. My sister has sickle cell. She was just switched to a pill that they gave her for cancer patients. Y'all see how crazy the allopathic thinking is? She got sickle cell anemia. They gave her cancer chemotherapy pills. Why? What would you do that for? To kill more cells in the body? Because that's what chemotherapy does. You realize chemotherapy is literally, it is more acidic than Coca-Cola and garlic put together. Do y'all know that? It's like between 1.3 and 2.4 on the potential hydrogen scale. She has sickle cell, which means her cell is already damaged because it's lacking iron phosphate, meaning that it don't have that oxygen molecule on it. You're going to further damage it by giving her things that you treat cancer patients with, which you shouldn't be treating cancer patients with in the first place. Listen to this, y'all. Trying to be a healer and I have someone with sickle cell anemia, which they gave a cancer pill prescription. Any info will be greatly appreciated. I am in the process of searching herbs, and I'm going to give you them herbs that help with sickle cell anemia. It says, my sister has sickle cell, which they just switched her to a pill and that they give to cancer patients. This was my wake-up call. Thank you, Yaki. The first thing you need to do with her is, you need, instead of getting her on an all-fruit diet, you need to get her on vegetables and fruit. And the vegetables, and remember, vegetable just stands for vegetation that's on top of the table. The vegetables that you need to get her to is lamb quarters, kale that's organically grown, that don't have any pesticides and stuff like that on it. All right. Lamb quarters and kale, turnip greens. These things are full of iron phosphate. Now you mix these with the fruits, but you're going to do an 80%. What you're going to do is you're going to do an 80% fruit diet, and you're going to do a 20% vegetable diet. Make sure you eat them vegetables good though. Now the herbs you're going to need is herbs that are very, very, very high in iron phosphate. Now the herbs that are very high in iron phosphate will be bugleweed, very high in iron phosphate. All right. Sarsaparilla, very high in iron phosphate. Lamb quarters, very, very, very high in iron phosphate. All right, purple Seamoss, not golden Seamoss, purple Seamoss, very high in iron phosphate. All right, we can keep going. Parsley, very high in iron phosphate. Guaco, very high in iron phosphate. Pavana, very high in iron phosphate. Now, or you can come to me. I have something called the Brain Builder and Iron Nutritioner Kit, which is on my site. It's on the site right now, and this is what we use to heal sickle cell anemia. And I mean, it literally rebuilds the blood, it cleanses the blood, and it gets all the iron that the blood needs for the blood can start really having an oxygen again and start utilizing it properly throughout the body. So that's what I recommend for you. But I see that you're trying to be a healer. So I just gave you the herbs you can start with. Make sure you ratioing them out right. Make sure you really studying and looking up all the conditions and the being cautious of these herbs, because some of these herbs are very astringent. Some of these herbs raise the blood pressure, and some of these herbs actually causes too much calcium, which will mess with the thyroid gland and cause calcification. So that's why it's very, very good to actually learn these things before you start healing people. If you want to get the herbs from me, that's what I'll start off with. And that's very cheap. It's not even an amino acid package. Start off with that, which is, it's called the Blood Builder and Iron Nourisher Kit. It's on the website under kits and bundles. All right. What else we got? All right. Here go another one. A 1-year-old with sickle cell. Shalom. My name is, I'm not going to say your name. I was seeking a consultation on getting more information on my 4-year-old son's condition. He has sickle cell anemia. I have all the labs from the past 4 years. Me and his mom are not on the same page with his care. He is taking amoxicillin. What? Why do they got him on amoxicillin, which is killing all the bacteria inside of his body? He is taking amoxicillin every day and hydrorexa every day. They got him on hydrorexa, which is it's a chemical that causes fake alkaloids to attach to the cell, which is not going to bring oxygen to the cell. It's actually causing carbon dioxide buildup. This is what these pharmaceutical companies be doing. I want to treat him naturally for this condition, and she wants me to keep him on the meds. We are no longer in a union, and we have been split for some time now. I have him for a few weeks out of the month, and I wanted to know your opinion on how I should move forward. I haven't been giving him. Okay, good, very good. Will that affect him? No, it wouldn't. It is better off taking the meds. Is it better off taking the meds that the doctor prescribes? If me and his mother aren't on the same page, I know you have a regimen that could go on that can heal. I know you have a regimen that can go on and heal him, but if she isn't with it and doesn't do the same thing, would it all be in vain? I'm willing to pay whatever amount for your wise counsel. Look, this wise counsel is for free, brother. What I do is, first off, you need to most definitely be praying against the forces of darkness that's over that woman, because that is the most idiotic thing. But we have to take into consideration that a lot of our women are very sucked into Babylon, and they have a Babylonian mindset, and they're going off of what they've been taught. They've been taught that the doctors are always right when they are 100% wrong as hell all the time. You know what I'm saying? But they have been taught that the doctors is always right. Now, since you have them a few weeks out of the month, what you can do is this. What you can do is this. This is what I would do if I was you, you know, because I don't know if you were actual private member and I can talk to you freely. So I'm going to speak in my standpoint. If it was Yaki and I had a 4-year-old son, I wouldn't be taking no amoxicillin, because that's going to kill all the good biobifiidal bacteria inside his lymph nodes, and that's what you're going to need to kill acidosis. I immediately get him off that. I most definitely won't be taking no hydroxia. Hydroxy is bringing this. It's so alkaline that it burns. It's so alkaline that it burns. It's so alkaline that it acts as an acidic. I get him off of that because that's going to burn and leave a acidic ash on his cells. What he need is iron phosphate. Iron phosphate. We need to cleanse and purify his blood. We need to cleanse that spleen, because that spleen is filtering and producing that blood. We need to get down to that bone marrow and start producing real good white blood cells, which is going to bring up the red blood cell count. He need oxygen. He need iron. I will put him on again, since he's so young, I would do a 40% fruit diet and a 60% all vegetables, but only vegetables that is high in iron phosphate. And make sure you're juicing a lot of these vegetables to really break up their cellulose and that mucosa coat that's around the plants. Believe it or not, plants don't like to be eaten, y'all. Herbs don't either. And they actually produces this coat, this protein coat, when they feel like they finna get plucked and get eaten, called lectins. And these lectins man, they can cause some real bad damage. That's why we got to boil our herbs. That's why we grind them up and put them in capsules. That's why we put alcohol on them and turn them into tinctures and et cetera, stuff like that. So he most definitely need to be on the blood builder and the iron nourisher kit. I'll get him on that. And then if you look on the instructions on side the website, it actually gives you the recommend doses according to his weight size. I'll get him on that, and make sure you're doing this at least an hour and a half before he take his regular meds if you don't want to take them off. That way we at least counteracting and balancing out the meds they got him on. Will it be all in vain? I don't think it will be all in vain at all, you know, because you can constantly be cleansing him while they putting that bull crap in him just to keep that balance up. Will it take longer for him to heal? It probably would, because we constantly have to counteract these pharmaceuticals and these chemicals that's not supposed to be in his body in the first place. You see what I'm saying? But most definitely, and get him on some good water. He needs very, very, very good spring water. Make sure you juicing him a lot, getting H3O. Remember, whenever you're going through sickle cell anemia, you're going through a process where the cell actually turned itself into a sickle because it's lost its iron phosphate molecule component that attaches oxygen and bring it out through the bloodstream and the cardiovascular system. So that means we need as much oxygen into this little boy's body and bloodstream as possible. Everywhere we're looking for oxygen, whether it's water, whether it's fruits, whether it's vegetables, whether it's herbs. We need oxygen and electricity. Oxygen and electricity. Well, the only way you're going to get oxygen and electricity is through iron phosphate, because iron phosphate is the only electrical magnetic mineral inside the body. All right, the only electrical magnetic mineral that's inside the body, and it's the only one that have the most iron chemical element. Oxygen chemical element to it. So zinc, oxygen molecules go to zinc. Selenium, oxygen molecules go to selenium. Even in calcium, you're going to see that carbon and hydrogen and oxygen CHO arrangement, or what they call the chi or the cho. You're going to see it. But when it comes to iron phosphate, that's going to bring the most amount of oxygen to the body, period, with electricity, because it's electrical magnetic. All right, so we need iron phosphate. Man, look, again, that blood builder and nourisher kit is the best thing on the site right now for that. We actually put iron phosphate in all of our herbs. Do we not? Everything in high amounts, don't we? Yeah. I mean, we put crazy high amounts. If you see our laboratory results on the herbs when we sitting back, they always, boy, you love that iron phosphate. And that's because we go through it. See, there's a difference. And I want to break this down too. See, when you get into hydroxia, what they're doing is they are giving you iron oxide from rocks. You see that iron oxide from rocks to give to you. See, iron phosphate and what we put inside of our herbs is iron that comes from the plants when it grows in the soil. You have these capillaries at the end of the roots of plants that search through soil. That's why I say plants move and they talk and they communicate with the soil. And what happens is it goes through a process called iontrophorophysis. Iontrophorophysis is when it takes phosphorus or iron phosphorus from the soil of the ground, right? And then it converts these things into a phosphate, an iron phosphate, and then it sucks it up into the roots. That's why whenever you get into iron, you always looking for roots. With iron phosphate, we always focus on roots, burdock root. You see that? Bugleweed root, yellow dock root. Stuff and bark, Perdiaco bark, white oak bark. These things have iron phosphate in them. Now you will find iron phosphate in leaves and berries, like for instance, the elderberry, elderflower, elder leaf. They have a lot of iron phosphate in them too, but it counteracts with magnesium. So you ain't gonna use the elderberry for iron phosphate because it's gonna have a magnesium that's gonna balance it out. We need straight iron phosphate. And again, that blood nourisher and iron phosphate, that blood nourisher and iron phosphate will get it. And then the blood nourisher kit actually come with the iron phosphate capsules and everything else. So that's what you need, brother. Go back and forth with that. And man, hopefully let's keep praying. I'm gonna pray with you. And let's call on Yahweh Zebaoth. Let him rain down his heavenly hosts, his heavenly armies, and let's get them demons up off of her mindset for she can start seeing the truth of what it really is, and we can heal this baby. All right, I hope I answered that, brother. You did put your number on here. I'm gonna make sure I call you. Make sure we call him too. Okay. Yeah, we gotta call him. We're gonna call him tomorrow. I'm gonna call you tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully you listening, but I'm still calling you tomorrow afternoon. All right, the next one we got. If y'all get some understanding, some overstanding, and some understanding so far before we get to these next questions, type in some 9s for me and we'll keep it going. We got a few more questions to get through, and then I'll answer a few of y'all questions. Is the blood builder good while you pregnant. No, the blood builder is not good while you pregnant. But what we do have that's good while you pregnant is called the Revitalizer and Regeneration Kit, which kind of does the same thing as the blood builder, but it's more on building up the immunological system while cleansing the blood. That'll be on there tonight too. I got it all typed up. We just ain't pushed saved yet. What we have did was a lot of people have been complaining about the herbs have been too expensive. So if you look now, you can go to kits and bundles on our website. Okay, kits and bundles. And this is how much we love y'all. This is how we're not doing this for the money, y'all. We're constantly steady going down on stuff to please y'all, and we still have to pay bills and stuff around here. So what we did was the amino acid therapeutic packages was too much at first. So what we did after that was we broke them down to protocols. Well, a lot of people weren't able to afford the protocols because after 21 days or 14 days, you had to buy another protocol. So what we decided to do, we had a team meeting. Now we have broken these protocols down, which is they still on the site because flat out, if you got HIV, and full-blown AIDS and you got herpes, you can't get off with the kits. You can start off with the kits, but you're gonna have to get on the protocol. But for people that are leaning to these things and that's gonna start developing these things, you can get all these kits. And these kits, we got a parasite elimination kit, which come with 8 things that just solely focus on parasites. We have a blood nourisher and an iron phosphate kit that strictly just solely focuses on cleansing the blood, building the blood up, and bringing iron phosphate to the blood. We have a brain tonic kit and nervous system kit that's just strictly solely focuses on the brain and the nerve system. We have an essential glandular kit that strictly focus on all glands in your body. If you're dealing with thyroid, Hashimoto, and all these other things, goiters, it strictly focuses on the glands. You see what I'm saying? We have a cardiovascular kit where we strictly focus on your heart, building that heart up. Okay, all of these are on the site, and everything come with at least 8 things in them, and they are very inexpensive for people that just want to deal with problems at a system at a time. Because the amino acid therapeutic package, it brings a DNA approach. We dealing with the whole entire system at one time, holistically, but a lot of people can't afford that. So what we did was we broke them down system by system and did them in kits. If y'all understand it, say amen. Give me an amen. If y'all understand it, we keep it going. So now you are able to go to the site and go to kits and bundles, and we bundle things up. For now, you can buy the Innercellular cleanse with the Innercellular tincture for like $50 off. You see what I'm saying? You can buy the parasite elimination capsules with the parasite elimination tincture now. Now we have all 3 of the tonics where you can buy the bitter mineral liquid balance, the digestive restoration, and the lymphatic sweet tonic all in one. So we have been bundling a lot of stuff up for you guys, just trying to help y'all out. That's all. It's not about the money with us. It's not. It's never been about the money. And we be hearing y'all cries, and we be like, all right, but y'all have to understand these herbs are coming from out of the country, and I'm paying top dollar for them. All right. So I'm glad that y'all got some understanding on that. Let's keep it going. So look, this one is it's a good one right here. I get this asked a lot of times. Testicular failure. It says I have a medical condition called testicular failure when I cannot produce many sperm cells. In fact, in my specimen, most, if not all my sperm are dead. My testicles are also very underdeveloped. Undeveloped the testicles. I already know what this is. This is the lack of testosterone. Too much, and you must be eating a lot of soy. If look, whenever these are undeveloped, too much, you're not producing enough testosterone, and testosterone is utilized by what? The pituitary gland, and what else, family? We're gonna get to it. It says a very underdeveloped, meaning that he's small. So he's saying his nuts are very small. It says because of this, do you have anything I could take to help me with this condition? Thanks in advance for your help. All right, so now what we have to do is we have to truly get into what produces sperm cells. What actually makes that sperm cell and then become a adult sperm cell or an adult nervous system. What creates the sperm cells, or what produces the sperm cell, is the testosterone. Now, where is this testosterone actually being produced at? Which is called endocrine glands. What glands is producing testosterone? The adrenal glands and what? The testicles. So this going back to adrenal glands, all the way back. Now, these hormones that the adrenal glands, this sex hormone that are produced is made of amino acid, peptides, and steroids. All right, so that means that your amino acid structures in your RNA are not completed, meaning that you lack a lot of minerals. And I'm going to tell you the minerals that you lack. You lack zinc, copper, gold, and selenium. Zinc, copper, gold, and selenium. Why, when people having erectile dysfunction and they can't get their penis hard or they can't produce children, what do? They automatically go to what? Goat's horny weed. They go to ginseng, things that's full of zinc, copper, gold, and selenium. So that's what you need. And this means your adrenal glands are down because the anabolic steroids are not being produced and converted to these hormones, these sex hormones. So the best thing you can do for real, because the best thing you do is get these things turned on. We're going to have to turn these on into osteosterone. Osteosterone will be actually converted into testosterone. And then the testosterone will be utilized by the zinc, copper, and gold to actually bring these sleeping sperm cells up and let them be alive and vibrant. That way, when you actually ejaculate into your woman, it'll make it to where it need to go. So you're lacking in minerals. Whenever you lacking in minerals, always look towards the sea. Sea has all the minerals. Purple Seamoss. Now, and that was another question I'm gonna answer now. Somebody asked me why don't I promote golden Seamoss and why I promote purple Seamoss all the time? Well, I'm gonna say this: there's nothing wrong with golden Seamoss, especially if it's real. I'm not knocking it, but purple Seamoss have way more concentrated phytonutrients, minerals inside of it than golden Seamoss. Period. We know this from laboratory results and just by looking at it in its pigmentation and the melanin components that's inside of it. So it's more electrical and it conveys more. That's all. Now, am I knocking golden Seamoss? No, I'm not. It have 92 minerals in it, even more. When we check, the people say 92, we found out it's 104. You know what I'm saying? We in the laboratory, so hey. But that purple Seamoss is just very, very, very electrical, and it have so many phytonutrients and trace minerals in it. All right, so you need to go to Seamoss. You most definitely need to get you on some bladderwrack, and you need to get on some hydrangea root. Hydrangea root has a lot of gold in it, and quassia chip root. You need to get on these, and what I would do is, you need the utilization of blood, the utilization of oxygen, and make sure that you bring an oxygen to the testicles. That way, them testicles are not burning, and you're not burning that cell, not burning them sperm cells. You need to get your adrenal glands back online. Now, this is what I would tell you need to do. You the one who need to get the essential glandular kit. That's what I'll do with you, because the essential glandular kit gonna come with your circulatory high. That's gonna circulate the cardiovascular system, the circulatory low. It's gonna get rid of everything you need, and it's gonna feed. It's gonna really, really feed them glands. Each gland, all the way from your pituitary gland, which is what's over your reproductive organ anyway. Just like the pituitary gland is over the women's reproductive organ, and that's the reason why they have periods. That's the reason why they produce an estrogen and progesterone. All this come by way of the pituitary gland. Bedwetting, anything that do or releasing anything due to the reproductive system is the pituitary gland, and it's the adrenal glands. So what you need to do is you need to really focus on your glands, brother. You need to get the central adrenal gland kit. That's what you need to get, and make sure you buy some purple Seamoss on the side. Get it raw. Get it raw, and you make it yourself. Get it raw, because it's going to have all the phytonutrients and trace minerals that you need. All right. Who on here trolling? Tabitha, let me know who trolling. Tabitha Israel, if I can go and kick them on off now. Let me know now. I'll kick them on up off here. Let me know. All right, now let's keep going. All right. It says, now that I have tested negative for HSV 1 and 2, do I maintain a healthy lifestyle, alkaline diet? I would like to reintroduce animal protein. No, do not do that. Reintroduce animal protein back into my diet. That will be a no-go. That'll be a no-go. What I would not do is introduce that back into my diet at all, family. Do not do that. That'll be very, very bad for you. Because again, it's impossible for the body to digest and break down animal protein. And I can't even see him, man. Look, just never mind that clown. He don't even exist. His ass don't exist. Don't even look at him. He don't exist. He don't exist, y'all. All right. It says, now that I have tested negative for HSV 1 and 2, Do I have to maintain a healthy lifestyle, alkaline diet? I would like to reintroduce animal protein back into my diet. What will happen if I do? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Will you get back herpes again? No, not if all the eggs and all the hemorrhaged eggs are out. But will your body go back into a decaying process and sickness and inflammation will set back in? Yes, it will. Because again, proteins is impossible for the body to break down animal protein. There is nothing in your body suggested that you eat animals. All right. Even when you go back to the original diet inside of the Bible or the Torah, it tells you that the first diet was what? Every plant yielding seed, every fruit yielding seed, every herb bearing seed. All right. So we need to stick to that diet. Now, I'm not knocking you for wanting to eat your meat, your fish. I get it. But we have to literally get into the science of things and get into the anatomy of the body. And I mean, that don't work, family. Your body is impossible to break down proteins. The proteins are what's going to do. They're going to fly through the duodenum. They're going to get to them kidneys, and then it's going to start destroying the kidneys. The reason why our kidneys are so destroyed, just get a renal test done. Get the renal. They automatically going to check your protein levels. Go pee in a glass. If it's bubbles inside that toilet, you have too many proteins. You see what I'm saying? And these proteins are literally messing up the kidneys because it's impossible for the kidneys to filter proteins. Or these proteins start leaking out in the urine and they start messing up everything. They're very, very destructive. Proteins are one of the most destroying things on planet Earth. Proteins is what they use to create man-made viruses. It's impossible for you to create a protein, to create a virus in a laboratory without using proteins. You see what I'm saying? So you have to stay away from the proteins, family. You got to stay away from them. You got to. All right. So no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. What I would do is I will maintain an alkaline diet. I'm not saying you got to be on all raw all the time. You can even do a 80-20. You know, you can most definitely be on all alkaline. You can cook your foods. There's nothing wrong. It's not going to destroy the energy. Long as you're healthy and you're healed, get on all raw alkaline. I mean, get on an all cooked alkaline meal or alkaline diet. Just don't go back to the animal protein. Don't go back to the dairy. All right. There's no such thing as plant protein. Plant protein is called chlorophyll, or it's called a simple amino acid structures. We have to get rid of the word protein and trying to connect it to something that's good. Whenever you think about protein, think of bad. Now, if we try to get building blocks of creation from plants, we're going to call that simple amino acid structures. That's what we need. We need simple amino acid structures from plants. We need, and these amino acid structures is what they call protein. But the further I get into healing and studying and healing people of HIV, of AIDS, and all of these deadly so-called diseases, we see that it's proteins that's actually destroying the system. It's proteins that's blocking up the interstitial fluid of the cells. It's proteins that's destroying the kidney tissues. It's proteins that's breaking down the immunological system. It's proteins that's actually exciting the mucosal membrane and having all that mucus go where it needs to go in the first place. So proteins is bad. I would not mess with proteins, family. I would, especially animal protein. Now, if we want to say simple amino acid structures from plants and herbs, it's all good. It's all good. Simple amino acid structure. Let's start calling that protein. Simple amino acid structures, not complex amino acid structures, which is a protein. Well, remember, we are prokaryotic cells. We can't eat complex things. We're not eukaryotic cells like these other nations. We're prokaryotic cells. We're the original being. Straight directly from the sun. We need simple things that's going to leave back alkaline ash, not an acidic ash. All right, that's why we need alkaline foods. All right, what else we got? Answer that. All right, man, this is gonna be my last one. We got so many to go through. I just got back at y'all next Tuesday to go through these ones. This one says, I have fatigue, achy muscles, trouble concentrating, swollen glands, abnormal pains, random rashes, and etc. For months have been seen. Or what? A rheumatologist. From arthritis. Yeah. Okay, she's been seeing a say it again. Say it out loud. Rheumatologist, I think. A rheumatologist. Basically, somebody that's gonna study her her joints for rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that. And the endocrinologist, and been through series of testings, and they can only confirm and they can only confirm that I have an autoimmune disease. They just can't figure out which one. Do y'all hear that? That sounds like a whole pot of BS, of bull crap. So look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to see what her symptoms is. She have fatigue. Whenever you have fatigue, what's going on? The adrenal glands, if y'all be listening to me, okay? She have achy muscles. What's attached to muscles? How do muscles get their reflex? How is these cellular muscles moving? How do they get their memory? Through what? Through the adrenal glands, by way of the nervous system, the autonomic nervous system. All right, trouble concentrating. Concentrating is what? Brain muscles due to neurological activity. That goes back to what? The adrenal glands. Now she has swollen glands. Sounds like she backed up interstitially, meaning that her lymphatic system have become stagnant. Abdominal pains. Remember, 75% to 80% of your immunological system starts in the gut. Go back to the lymphatic system again. Random rashes. Now she's starting to express these proteins through her skin. What do that sound like, y'all? It sounds like she having kidney problems because her lymphatic system is backed up due to weak interstitial fluid that's inside of her cells. Her cells are taking a dump in the kitchen, trying to dump back into the blood. The blood is moving it back to the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system can't go nowhere, so it's pushing it back into the cells. And this is why she's getting all this inflammation, and these metabolic wastes start building up in her joints. Now she's getting swollen everywhere, inflammation setting up. Now she feel like she got arthritis, and she's getting backed up because she don't have no more bifidobacterium bacteria inside her lymph nodes to eat these acids down because her kidneys are backed up. So what we need to do, Queen, you need to go after your kidneys, your adrenals, and you need to get them adrenals online so you can get them kidneys pumping and filtering. You need to make sure you're doing exercise and moving your body, because the lymphatic system does not move by gravity or through a pump like the cardiovascular system does. It's not like the blood. See, the blood have gravity and a pump and friction moving it. So you can be sitting down and your blood still doing something. Since I've been sitting here, my lymphatic system ain't moved an inch because I'm not moving. You have to get up and you have to move that lymphatic system through sweating, through running, through lifting your own weight, and through some strong botanicals, alkaline herbs, which you can get from me. What you need, if you're going through all these symptoms, what I would do is I start off on a weekly protocol, a weekly amino acid protocol. Flora Braxton, you said it on the nose. Sound like the beginning stage of lupus. Don't it though? Sounds just like lupus, don't it, Flora? I mean, it literally sounds just like lupus. But what is lupus? Lupus is when the immunological system starts attacking the cells. Exactly. Sounds like the beginning stage of lupus. But what you need to do, you need to most definitely get on the amino acid therapeutic protocol, the weekly protocol. Start with weekly protocol 1 and 2. Weekly protocol 1 and 2, and I say go from there. Go from there. All right, them are all the questions I'm gonna answer from these. We got plenty more, but I'm gonna take a few questions from y'all. It's only 9:13. I've been on there an hour. I'll take 5 minutes worth of questions real quick. I got 5 more minutes. I'm trying to start making these shorter for y'all can pay attention through the videos. I know they're getting kind of long, and then I'm gonna start trying to do 20-minute videos too. That's already recorded, but I'm not going live and doing it. I'm just recording for 2 minutes and uploading it to the channel. All right, I'm gonna start with Paris Smith. Paris Smith said, when doing an all-fruit diet, can we juice the fruits instead of eating them? Yes, you can, Queen. Most definitely. You can. You most definitely can juice them. Remember, you can't destroy energy. It's only transferred. So, yes, you won't mess up nothing by juicing them. All right, RL. My friend is stuck in the hospital. She just woke up from a medically induced coma. She still has a kidney infection and lung infection. What advice or herbs should I give to her to heal her the fastest? She needs the amino acid therapeutic package. If she's just waking up and she still got a kidney infection, what you need for real, get her on some hydrangea root and some hawthorn berry mix. If you want to get it from me, you can. If you want to buy it from somewhere else, you can. She needs to be on hydrangea root and hawthorn berry to actually increase that blood circulation and break up that infection in them kidneys and bringing them out. If you want to get them from me, which is going to work the quickest because I know where my herbs come from, they're very alkaline. Most definitely get her on the brain, nerve, and adrenal capsules. Most definitely get her on the Innercellular the Innercellular Cleanse capsules for the kidneys. Get her on my GI Super Mover to move them guts real fast, to move all that bile away from her guts, and most definitely be paying attention to that nervous system. But notice her lungs. Remember, what's in control of the lungs? That is parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system that's controlled by the autonomic nervous system, which is controlled by the adrenal glands. All right, so she's adrenally fatigued. We all go through it, especially us being as so-called African-American Negroes, because we've been running in fear for all our life. Fear is induced by adrenaline. That more that cortisol and that adrenaline you produce, it weakens the adrenals. You know, we like runaway slaves, y'all. We're not in our homeland. They brought us over here without our food, our culture, our heritage, and everything else, and our God. So our adrenals and our nervous system is suffering the most. I was just watching a video that Dr. Sebi was doing a few years back, and he said the most weakest system on the so-called Negro body is his nervous system, and it blew my mind because I've been teaching that for years now. I'm like, man, my teacher, I'm right on the same path as him. You know, it's that nervous system. So she most definitely need the Innercellular Cleanse, the brain, nerve, and adrenals. Man, for real, get her the essential glandular kit. Buy her the essential glandular kit. And then get a side order of whole herbs. Go into my whole herb sites where I sell herbs in their raw form, and get her some hydrangea root. That's what I do. The essential glandular kit and some hydrangea root. That'll bring her back. She'll snap back like she never left. What should I buy from your site for brain fog? What you should buy from my site for brain fog is my brain and nerve. It's called Brain Nerve Vital Max. Brain Nerve Vital Max Kit. Brain Nerve Vital Max Kit. It would just get Brittany. Shalom to you too, Queen. The Brain, Nerve, and Vital Max Kit. Go under kits in bundles, and it's under there. That will clear your brain fog. That will clear all of that obstructions and all of that mucus that you got built up inside the glymphatic system. Remember, the glymphatic system is the lymphatic system of the brain. All right, and man, that'll have you focusing real good. Man, remember the brain is an exercise, and do a lot of brain exercising as well. But that's what you need. Berries, antioxidants, oxygenators are very, very good for the brain. So that'll be a Brain, Nerve, and Vitamax kit. That's what I suggest. What else we got here? Hold on. How can a person, this is Tiffany Daniel, how can a person regulate their menstrual? Slow to start, but then stay on for a month. That's your pituitary. That's your pituitary gland, and you're either producing too much estrogen or not enough estrogen, Tiffany. And we need to look at your progesterone count. So we need to most definitely age your pituitary gland. What you would need, what I would get on over you, I would get on some Seamoss, and I most definitely will go after that gland. You need to get on that. You need to get on the endocrino balance capsules and the endocrino balance tincture. That way you can hit that pituitary gland. That's what I do in the 3 bitters. So the 3 bitters, the endocrino is on the website under tinctures. Go to tinctures, get the endocrino balance tincture, and go to capsules and get the endocrino balance capsules, and get some Seamoss and some 3 bitters, and that'll hook that up. That's full of gold, copper, selenium, everything you need that's going to utilize and really use that estrogen right to actually aid that process well for you. What else we got? Man, y'all coming in so much. And I'm gonna answer one more. It says, this is from Soul Hand Spencer. I think I said your name right. Forgive me if I didn't. What can I do for irregular heartbeat or heart palpitations? If you want to get the herbs for yourself, get bugleweed, dill, bugleweed, hawthorn berries. If you want to get them from me, get my cardiovascular kit. It's on my website under kits and bundles. It's called the cardiovascular kit. And what this is going to do is going to get your blood circulating right. It's going to build and revitalize. It's going to cleanse, rebuild, and revitalize your heart. And that's a blood problem, and you probably got high cholesterol, but the cardiovascular kit gonna handle all of that. So go check that out. Read the descriptions. Y'all can even go into each individual to see the ingredient, my main ingredients in front of them. You can take from those, and you can start trying to heal yourself, or you can get them from me. It don't matter. I'm not here for the money. I'm here to heal my people. I'm here to save my people. So look, with that being said, I love y'all indeed and in truth. Forgive me if I wasn't able to answer enough of y'all questions. Again, y'all can always email me or contact me and email my inbox on Facebook, and I have my staff go through and we'll print them all out and we'll answer them every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. I'm still working on going live from Thursdays, teaching y'all the herbs and trying to figure out how to get it up and running and be able to live chat while I'm teaching y'all. We might not be able to do that, and I'll probably just be able to go live. You know what I'm saying? And y'all take the lessons from there. But I'm trying to figure out literally how to go live and do what I'm doing now inside my website. So we're working on it now. And I'll see y'all next Tuesday, Yahweh Rock Zone, which means Yahweh willing. And look, hit my inbox up, ask me whatever question y'all want me to say. I never mention your name, and I never get too personal in details. And I just read for what it is, and I answer that outwardly, because a lot of y'all are asking things that are man, hundreds of people are asking every day. So I love y'all indeed in the truth. Shalom, shalom, family. Peace.